And now I invite Linda and Dwight up for the mission and hospitality moment.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Dwight Giuliani. My pronouns are he and him.
And I'm Linda Giuliani, and my pronouns are she, her.
The troll has come out from under the bridge. I've come down from the balcony, where I often sit with Linda. And I've come down to speak to you once more about generosity, but not financial generosity this time. I'm talking about generosity of caring. It involves those pronouns that we just used. Those pronouns which are about caring about the beautiful spectrum of human sexuality, that spectrum that we often turn into a nightmare, but it's our doing that it's a nightmare. Those pronouns are, or they've become personal for me, and I want to explain that. Did you all enjoy last week's speaker about trees?
Yes.
Jim, he told us what our tree would be by our birth dates. I have to say, he got mine wrong. At least so said two women, parishioners and friends, 30 years ago down at First Church. We had traveled together, gone to Israel, Palestine. We had a very good relationship. But they came into my study one day, they sat down and they said, "Dwight, we love you, but you are clueless." I'm used to hearing that from somebody. Have you ever watched Everybody Loves Raymond? His wife has the look. You don't even have to say the word, just the look of cluelessness. They softened what they said a little bit by saying, "You're not clueless about everything, but you are clueless about our lives, our love for each other, our passion for sharing that life together." And they were right. I was clueless. I missed all the signs. I missed all the hints. I missed being part of their struggle to support them as they went through a difficult time. And here is my tree. I was dumb as a stump. That has become my official tree. In my defense, I grew up in the 1950s. They were a very sheltered and wonderful time for me. Only later did I learn how horrible they were for so many people. I was clueless about that. I didn't have a clue. Thankfully, as I got older, I got a little bit wiser, and I learned about a lot of different things. And 30 years ago, I began learning even more about human sexuality. But that's when, just recently, when we started talking about pronouns, my cluelessness struck again. Why? I was stumped. My tree. They seemed silly. They definitely were awkward. They sometimes were bad English. And it's really a hoot, irony that I would be defending the English language. I am the world's worst speller. I've been banned from Scrabble forever. But they seemed like awkward English. Why? Well, despite myself, following the congregational way. You know what the congregational way is? Reluctantly. The congregational way. Following that way, I have grown to come to an answer to why pronouns. Because God's children are hurting and often dying because it's not safe to be different in this world. People need to know that I care for whatever that's worth, that I am at least beginning to get a clue. And pronouns can send that message. we are all invited, as you've heard, to go to the fellowship hall to add the little pronouns to our name tags if we want to. Remember, we're congregationalists. If we want to, if we're ready to do that. I am going to be looking, I've already done it, but I'm going to not only add the pronouns, I'm looking for a little sticker that has a stump on it. With little green shoots coming out of it, to show that even an old clueless geezer like me can grow.
So one of the things that's really wonderful about deciding to be an open and affirming church is that we really are trying our best to be a safe place for everybody. A sanctuary where people can be free to be their authentic selves. And if using our pronouns helps even one person to feel more accepted and loved here, then it is more than worth it. There's a song that we've sung called Sanctuary. Why are you going to help me with this? It speaks not of a sanctuary within a building, but a sanctuary within each of us. The words are asking God to help us to be a living and loving sanctuary for others ourselves, in God's name. So will you join me in singing it this morning? I play better than I sing. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary.